Pathfinder, this area can be mined for resources. You can extract minerals via your mining interface.
Judging from the area and the beacon, I'm guessing they're not friendly.
Check it out, someone got our...
No shit, it worked. We got your SOS. What's the emergency?
Oh, well, it's not like life or death or anything. It's just our plant over there is dying.
Are you kidding me? We thought it was important, like someone dying.
Hold on now. So yeah, maybe we oversold it, but it's important to us. It's how we make a living out here. Our plant, well, has medicinal properties.
Medicinal. Yeah, that sounds good.
And we sell it to, customers who need, medicinal assistance.
Yeah, but our heat lamp UV thing broke and it's gonna die. And you look like the clever type. Well, maybe you could find one?
I've got a light for your plant.
Seriously? Wow, in the middle of nowhere. Awesome. This'll do it.
And hey, feel free to take a sample with you, if you ever need to fight off an infection or...
Be quiet, man.
This plant appears to have unique pharmacological characteristics. It can act as a powerful antibiotic. However, at much higher doses it may produce psychoactive effects.
So they weren't completely lying about it. This could help that sick guy back at the Nexus Refuge. See you around, Drew.
Keep fighting the good fight, Pathfinder.
Let me guess.
Dr. Nakamoto, what are you doing here?
When I heard the outpost needed a physician, I offered my services. Least I could do after you retrieved my formula. And the setup's a sight better than a shipping container.
Good to have you here, Doctor.
I won't let you down, Pathfinder.
How are your patients doing? Any serious injuries?
The Collective is doing its best to protect everyone. But when it comes to brute strength, the outcasts have the upper hand. Sloane may be dead, but we still have bloody days ahead of us.
What about your old clinic?
I moved my patients here, with Christmas's permission, of course. And spread the word that my door is still open, just in a different location. A small gesture, but it's done wonders for the initiative's reputation.
Keep up the good work.
Thank you, Pathfinder.
Hello, Ryder.
You hear about the Angara?
Ryder. Hello, Ryder. You coming for a drink with us later?
You know I can't step away from this composition analysis.
Let me rephrase that. You're coming for a drink with us later. Riff, Pathfinder's making the rounds. If you can step away from your rock collection for...
They're drill core samples. Not a rock. Oh, he's here. Pathfinder. Name's Riff. Mining engineer for Outpost Teon.
Relax, I'm not going to judge anyone for collecting rocks.
They're drill core. Never mind.
Good jet.
You have AVP outstanding, Pathfinder.
Now orbiting Gadara. Tracking a remnant architect.
The one we fought ended up in orbit? Amazing.
Honor to meet you, Pathfinder. Initiative Pilot Marixus. I run supplies to your outposts.
What brings you to Aya?
Your survival supplies only Aya has. I'm waiting on clearance to enter the city, but it's taking too long. I understand their caution, but the outposts need these supplies. I have to get them, now.
They let me into the city? I can help.
I appreciate that. To start, EOS needs a way to produce food to support population growth. They've requested quinoa seeds to begin their own crops. There's an agricultural scientist who might sell some.
I'll make sure to get those seeds.
Settlers on Kadara are suffering from a bacterial infection. They need Angaran antibiotics to fight it. A medic in the city should be able to help.
Got it. They'll have that medicine in no time.
Pathfinder, more of your outposts need help, if you have time. Vol's power grid is lagging without proper solar input. The solar amplifier would give them a boost. The solar technicians here may have the required parts.
I'll see what I can find.
You're always a welcome sight, Pathfinder. Still no word from our search vessel. How goes your hunt for the missing satellites?
Your people caught scavengers from Kadara port stealing them. There was a fight. Your ship lost.
I sent them out. And risked your life, too. The scavengers, Angaran? Have our deserters preyed upon us again?
We caught up to them. They attacked without warning. Might have been Rokar. We fought them off and recovered what was left of the satellites.
I'm so sorry, Pathfinder. And ashamed. This is not who we are. Please accept my apologies. I hope you can look past this.
It's not your fault. Kadara's full of bad people.
They chose to stand alone. They'll suffer the consequences. I'll file a report with our leaders. Perhaps it's time the Resistance got involved. We'll rebuild the satellites and return them to space. I'll keep you updated with our latest charts.
Thank you, Mariko.
No, Pathfinder. Thank you.
Pathfinder,
Hello, Pathfinder.
I studied the Angaran
How can I
astronomy's
help?
data transfer. His files begin
That's
with
all
the
for me.
satellites. The initiative will benefit tremendously from this.
And all I had to do was lie to him. Thanks to him. You work on the solar panels? Do you have an amplifier for solar energy?
Nothing as big as these, but I have a smaller one on hand. Do you need it?
Weird question. You don't have any quinoa seeds, do you?
Yes, I do. Need some?
Ambassador, I trust our people had a smooth transition to Aya.
The Angara have been gracious. Everything's going well.
Good. Keep me updated. 10 out.
I've never lied to a director before. Pathfinder, it's a pleasure. I'm Ambassador Riala, Chief Diplomat for the Initiative on Aya. I was removed from Cryo specifically for this. Quite the wake-up call.
I assume you're trained for first contact diplomacy.
I'm a social anthropologist with a linguistics background. Close enough for Director Tan. I hear you're to thank for our new ties with Aya. This is our best shot at an alliance. Now we just need to keep our people from wrecking it, no matter how hard they try.
If something's wrong, I need to know.
Maybe you can help me fix it. A Solarian botanist named Sorvis Len is here, learning how to improve our crops. He sent an urgent comm, saying a member of the Angaran resistance had threatened him.
What happened?
I'm not sure. Sorvis is an excellent scientist, but not the best communicator. I'm concerned this could escalate if someone doesn't look into it, but I don't have the staff to spare.
I can go settle things. I'm a friendly face for both sides.
That would be helpful. With any luck, we can prevent this from getting worse.
What's our end goal for Aya?
A strong alliance is all we can ask for. It's what we're working toward. Helios is the Angara's home. They dictate the terms of this partnership, not us. We need them as allies, and they could benefit from us. But we have to tread lightly.
Show them we're not invaders.
Historically, when two civilizations meet, one consumes or destroys the other. We need to break that cycle.
Aside from Sorvis Len, is everything okay? Need anything else?
Actually, yes. Director Tan gave me a project. He wants more Aya natives to live on the Nexus. He thinks it will deepen our partnership. A few Angara expressed interest, but none of them will agree to live on the Nexus without speaking to you first.
Why me?
After what you've accomplished? I didn't want to bother you, but you asked. I'll point you towards the candidates. If you could convince them to transfer, I'd be grateful.
How many of our people have they let into the city?
A strictly limited number, and only certain professions. Scientists, engineers, and scholars. The Angara have agreed to allow some of our people to work in Aya's research facilities.
That's huge.
It's more than I expected. Tan wants me to push for social visits, but I'm holding my ground. We need to move at their pace. They've been extraordinarily gracious, all things considered. I'll take whatever they're willing to give.
That's all for now.
I'm here if you need anything.
Pathfinder.
You're one of Ambassador Riala's candidates to live on the Nexus.
I am. Glad you finally showed up. Let's get down to it. I've lived my whole life wanting to meet aliens who didn't want me dead. But my family's here. How can I stay in touch with them from the Nexus?
You'll have ways to send them text messages and comm transmissions.
I want contact with the people I love. You offer machines. Not good enough, Pathfinder.
You're one of Ambassador Reala's candidates to live on the Nexus.
I am. Glad you found... How can I stay in touch with them from the Nexus?
You can send messages, talk to them on the comm. We'll even arrange a visit.
You get it. All right. I'm in.
Pathfinder, Ambassador Reala didn't think you'd have time for me.
She said you needed to talk before agreeing to live on the Nexus.
This is the opportunity of a lifetime. I'm an anthropologist, but I've only ever studied my own people. I've heard the Nexus is home to multiple species and cultures. It will be fascinating and possibly dangerous. Bacteria, viruses, other contaminants. My family worries about me. Are you sure I'll be safe?
They wouldn't let me on Aya if I was a walking petri dish, would they?
You aren't taking this seriously enough to satisfy my family. I can't go without their blessing. I'm sorry. Pathfinder, Ambassador Reala didn't think you'd have time for me.
She said you needed to talk before agreeing to live on the Nexus.
This is the opportunity of a lifetime. I'm an anthropologist, but I've only ever studied my own people. I've heard the Nexus is home to multiple species and cultures. It will be fascinating and possibly dangerous. Bacteria, viruses, other contaminants. My family worries about me. Are you sure I'll be safe?
We'll take every precaution, but entering an alien environment is always a risk.
I appreciate your honesty, and so will my family. I'll convince them to let me go. Thank you. Hello, Pathfinder.
Are you a relic hunter like Avela?
Actually, I started as an engineer. The Moshai requested my help cracking encryption on a remnant ship she found. Eventually, that led me to the repository. I've been handling data encryption here ever since.
Welcome back.
That's all for now.
We'll come back in.
Can you believe this place? Here's your golden world.
Unfortunately, already occupied.
Well, yeah, but it's here. Shows it's possible. That's something. There's just so much to see.
These Angara are stronger than they look.
Getting into trouble, Drac? Do I need to keep you on the ship?
Not what I meant. Just thinking it can't be easy to be Angara under the Ket's boot. Old Krogan like me can relate. Pathfinder.
Hey, Ryder. This place is brilliant. There's a lot we can learn from the Angara.
If I should have come to me.
Axel, I'm all right.
You almost died. What's he doing here?
I asked the Moshai to set up a meeting. I don't want us to be enemies.
Is this true?
Axel, Ryder rescued me from the Ket. He risked his life to...
Sloane Kelly saved Kadara. Look how that went.
I want to be allies. Equal allies.
You don't even treat your own equally. Isn't that why the Krogan left?
How did you...
I've been watching you. You're invaders just like the Ket, except less cautious.
What does that mean?
You'll know soon enough. Do not trust them, Chauvin.
Axel... He didn't used to be like this. He was curious, brilliant. But the Ket... Even without exaltation, they change us.
There's still time to bring him around.
I want to believe that, but his hatred towards aliens...
I'll prove we can be trusted.
I hope so.
Ryder, we just received an emergency recording from EOS. Come to the meeting room when you get back to the Tempest.
Hey, kid. If I should have come to me.
Shh, Axel, I'm all right.
You almost died. What's he doing here?
Relax. I was invited.
So it's true. Aya has opened its doors to outsiders.
Axel, Ryder rescued me from the Ket. He risked his life to...
Sloane Kelly saved Kadara. Look how that went.
I don't condone what happened on Kadara. But one bad experience doesn't define an entire species.
Your kind has a history of treating each other unfairly. Just ask the Krogan.
How did you...
I've been watching you. You're invaders just like the Ket, except less cautious.
What does that mean?
You'll know soon enough. Do not trust them, Chauvin.
Axel. He didn't used to be like this. He was curious, brilliant. But the Ket, even without exaltation, they change us.
There's still time to bring him around.
I want to believe that, but his hatred towards aliens...
I'll prove we can be trusted.
I hope so.
Ryder, we just received an emergency recording from EOS. Come to the meeting room when you get back to the Tempest.
I found the device Ven was using to communicate with the Archon. I think we can use it to triangulate that Ket flagship's nav point.
All you have to do now is board it, steal the Meridian artifact, and escape in one piece.
You've been there. Tell me what to expect.
I saw very little. Corridors, an interrogation room, my prison cell. The Archon's vessel is a place of pain and death for the Ket's enemies. No one has attempted anything like this before. For all our sakes, you must succeed. Now it's my turn. Evra informed me that the despot of Kadara Port, one of your people, executed Ven Terev.
Sloane isn't with my people, and she doesn't speak for us.
Her actions spoke loud enough. She had no right to kill Ven. What he did was inexcusable, not unforgivable. This isn't what I wanted. Regardless, it's done.
I'd like to know more about you.
What about me intrigues you?
What are you working on these days?
I thought being a Ket prisoner was the worst fate imaginable. Then I got home and saw my backlog. Avela comes in every so often asking if I have a second. At this rate, I'll never catch up. To answer your question, I'm busy with everything and nothing. We'll see which wins.
You're an expert on several topics. Remnant, Ket, stuff I don't even know exists.
All true. Why? Do you want to be my student?
Is that an option? Because I didn't train for this job. At all.
Yet you do it well. There are two kinds of knowing. What we take in from the universe, and what's already inside us. You have the essentials figured out. The rest you can learn as you go.
Are you originally from Aya, or someplace else?
I was born on a research vessel in deep space. My parents were explorers. They never stayed in one place long. My own work has taken me to every world, many times over. They all try to claim me as their own, but if I'm honest, my favorite chair is here.
You and my crewmate have a close relationship. Any advice? Hints?
He talks in his sleep. Worth it for the look on your face. Jarl is a dear and hopeless former student. He has a good spirit. You're lucky to have him, that's all.
My translator doesn't know what to do with your title, Moshai.
Because it isn't a title, it's a reference. People from mythological times before the Scourge. Legends say we once had many Moshai. Master inventors of unfailing wisdom, guided by boundless compassion.
That's a lot to live up to.
It's nonsense. Don't remember who first called me Moshai, but I do recall telling them to shut up. To my regret, the name stuck. I've minded less lately. Being the Moshai has its uses.
Any ideas on how we stop the Ket for good?
The real question is, how do we define victory over them? Complete eradication? Unlikely, costly, and morally dubious. Drive them away? How? What stops them from returning?
Peaceful coexistence doesn't seem to be an option.
There's much we still don't know. The Ket are not a simple problem. We can't reduce them to a simple solution.
When the Ket are gone, if we fix all these worlds, what do the Angara want?
Depends who you ask. We're individuals. Paran will continue spreading hope and optimism. I don't know what Ephra will do without an enemy to fight. Retirement won't suit him. As for me, maybe I'll just fade away. That's what people do when they're no longer needed, right?
Thank you, Moshae.
Ishare. Did you look at the internal structure? Hello, Pathfinder. Pavoa, I'm glad they finally let you into the city. You deserve it. This is Aya's Cultural Museum and History Archive. It's small, but you've already made it brighter.
I'll come.
Pathfinder.
I'll leave you to it.
Hello, Pathfinder. Son above. It's an ancient Ravan, a musical instrument. It uses Angara's body energy to produce music. We have them now, but nothing this beautiful. The songs it played were probably lost long ago. How much culture have we forgotten? Art, music, stories, it's all gone.
You're already rebuilding. Look at Aya.
We have a long way to go. In any case, relics like this help us.
I'll come back when I have something.
Stars guide your travels.
I can't work under these conditions. What does it take to be left alone?
Ambassador Riala sent me to check on you. You reported that someone in the Resistance threatened you. Tell me exactly what happened.
I didn't know Riala was sending the Pathfinder. I deserve no less, of course. I was measuring the photonic dispersal from the canopies when some random brute interrupted me. I asked him to move, and he got nasty. Said it was my fault his friend was dead. Ridiculous.
Do you know what he meant by that?
He ranted nonsense about a vessel and selling slots to outsiders. He got right up in my face and compared me to a ket. He wanted to kill me. I could see it in his eyes. The whole conversation made no sense. I think he was inebriated.
Sounds like there's more to this. Don't suppose you caught his name?
Didn't ask, didn't want it, didn't need it. When he left, I tagged him with infrared dye from my sample kit. Invisible to the naked eye, but not to a scanner.
I'll scan people around the Resistance headquarters. See if I find him.
You're supposed to represent our interests on Aya. Go, represent. I have work to do.
You have questions? Be quick.
How do you stay busy when you're not scanning strangers from another galaxy?
I research and develop organic tactical equalizers.
That sounds scary.
Only to those who threaten Aya.
Did you scan me on your own? Or did someone put you up to it? Paran? Ephra?
I'm a scientist. I want to understand anything outside my knowledge and experience.
All that information you collect is for personal use?
Of course not. Angara share knowledge. It's how we survive.
What else did your scan reveal about me?
You're strong, tough. But much of Helios is inhospitable to human biology. You won't have it easy.
Never have. How do humans stack up against your people and the Ket?
You lack biological advantages, but your technology may offset that.
It can't have been easy, holding out by yourselves against the Ket.
Before them, it was the Scourge. Our entire civilization was almost wiped out. Centuries of rebuilding.
It says a lot that you've made it this far.
We'll go much further.
Generating personal electrical fields must come in handy.
It's just part of who we are. We don't think about it.
But you can defend yourself, create light sources, replace a dead battery? Heck of a parlor trick.
It's no trick.
You've scanned others like me before. Where'd you find them?
We have other colonies. Some of your exiles found them.
Did they make a good impression?
No.
Well, we exiled them for a reason. Thanks for your time.
Yes, yes. Go.
Is the adventure what you hoped? Are they kind? I worry.
Yes, my mother. And more. You would enjoy it too. Pathfinder.
Sam, what's this?
A decontamination console for visitors to the med center. Touch the start pad to use it.
How can I help?
I'll get moving.
Ishari.
My people on Kadara are fighting a bacterial infection. Do you have antibiotics?
Of course. Will this do?
When news of the attack here, Di? I didn't know if you were.
I know, but I'm here now.
And you'll stay.
I detect the infrared dye Sorvis Len used to mark the person who threatened him.
It took humanity 8 years to get a Citadel embassy back home. Pretty impressive to get one here so fast.
All it took was handling some remnant.
It'll take more to keep this partnership going. Ambassador Riala will handle the embassy. Let's us focus on everything else.
I know why you're here. The botanist. You want an apology for what I said to him.
I only have one side of the story. Tell me yours.
It's hard to explain.
Try me.
Aya isn't big enough to give everyone a home. We each live here a short time and then move on. For someone to come, another must go. The exchanges are chosen at random.
We call this arrangement the Vassal. Time of change. It worked well, until now.
The Vassal never accounted for outsiders living on Aya.
There's only so much room. When our leaders agreed to make a place for your people here, it came with a cost. My friend won a place on Aya, but he sold that slot so one of you could stay here instead.
Sold it how? What did he get?
Comforts for his family, resources to improve their home on Haval. He always put others before himself. That's how he died, fighting Ket on Vold. When I found out, I was angry. Said things to your botanist I shouldn't have, but I'd never hurt your people.
He thinks you want him dead. Tell him what you just told me, and let's move on.
Thought I was clear the first time. Maybe his translator malfunctioned.
I'll talk to our ambassador, see if we can minimize our impact on your Vassal.
We don't expect things to be easy. Only that you understand, nothing is free for us. Thank you for listening to Pathfinder.
You're back.
What went to central conversion today with the nutrient paper. Something I can do for you?
I'll get moving.
I brought her drug. No trouble, I see. Good.
Welcome back. Any news on what happened to Sorvis Len?
Do you know about the Vassal? The Angaran lottery that decides who gets to live on Aya?
I've heard of it. Why?
Angara are selling their slots to come here, so our people can stay in their place. Including a member of the Angaran resistance. He was killed on Vold. Wouldn't have happened if he'd been here.
No one told me of this arrangement. Well, we have to do something.
You're the ambassador. You'll think of something.
No one said this job would be easy. I appreciate all you've done, Pathfinder. I'll take it from here.
That's all for now.
I'm here if you need anything.
I found Kiloa seeds for Eos. Is this enough?
It's perfect. I'll make sure Eos gets them.
Here, I have the antibiotics for Kadara. Will the settlers be okay?
Once they have these, they'll be fine. I'll make sure they know who to thank.
Here, I found the solar amplifier for Vold.
They'll be happy to see this. No more power outages. Thank you, Pathfinder.
Ambassador Riala said you're thinking of moving to the Nexus.
Pathfinder, I'm honored even to be considered for the transfer, but I won't be happy as just an observer. I need to work. I engineer power systems. Will I be allowed employment alongside your people?
If you put in a request, someone will get back to you.
And if they refuse? I'll have to think about it. Thank you, Pathfinder. Sorry it didn't work out, but I know I can be useful enough.
Ambassador Riala said you're thinking of moving to the Nexus.
Pathfinder, I'm honored even to be considered for the transfer, but I won't be happy as just an observer. I need to work. I engineer power systems. Will I be allowed employment alongside your people?
That's the whole point of this exchange. The Nexus needs people like you.
That's all I needed to hear. I'll have your ambassador start the transfer. Thank you.
Welcome back.
Pathfinder, you have pending vid calls.
Suvi, play the full distress call from Prodromos.
Right away.
This is the Initiative Outpost Prodromos on Eos. We're in need of assistance. Tempest, this one is for you. We've got hostiles inbound. No ground activity, but there soon will be. Pathfinder, we need you. Going dark until it's resolved. We're not giving up Eos again. Out.
Could use more information than just hostiles and the worry of escalation.
Could be he's worried it's not a simple attack. If someone's willing to risk attacking Prodromos, your first outpost...
They're trying to make a point. That's the last we heard? Nothing else?
No rider, but also no alarms. The orbital buoy isn't showing any major traffic. Bradley's military, all about the prep. I bet it's a brownout to present less of a target.
Keep the nav fresh. I'll be on the bridge soon.
Understood.
Ready to fly, Path. What the?
Find something?
Something pinged us. An ID request. The Tempest auto-responded.
We'll keep an eye out in the sector. What the hell happened?
Anti-trackback measure? Drive system overloaded. Not quick enough, though. I got a serial that has triggered an alert.
Pathfinder, we are to contact Director Addison as soon as possible.
What is going on?
Ryder, tell me about the satellite you found.
Director? What are you talking about?
My alert identified a ZK resource tracker. They're emergency tech, full of overrides so they can bypass protocol. They were designed by Dr. Zoe Jean Kennedy. She disappeared with the Exiles. If her tech has shown up, that could give someone a backdoor to steal from your outposts.
She disappeared with the Exiles, but you aren't calling her one?
She sympathized, but we'd never let an expert like that go. She was vital. But in the chaos, a lot of things, and people, went missing.
Why were these trackers allowed to bypass protocols?
They're supposed to be hubs, to rapidly track and pull resources if lives are at stake somewhere. That's why they weren't deployed. Tan didn't like anyone bypassing his rubber stamp.
If this satellite is new, how is it kept up with our security measures?
That's a very good question.
What was Dr. Kennedy's role in the initiative?
She designed the orbital beacons, forward stations, and half the kit in the Tempest. She'd ram an upgrade through before the requisition was on Tan's desk. Dr. Kennedy disappeared along with the Exiles. That was a big loss.
Pretty extreme to set up a personal alert. Why do that?
A lot of Dr. Kennedy's projects were unofficial.
But you backed them, like these trackers.
I don't want some asshole using my access codes to cut a backdoor into our resources. or Tan blaming me for it. But I also want to know what happened to her.
If we have to find the tech or the person, where do we begin?
You got a sliver of data from the first tracker. With more scans, maybe Suvi can assemble a point of origin. Obviously, these trackers are being deployed where initiative tech is concentrated. That means outposts. Try another outpost system, or place more. Maybe you'll draw them out, whoever they are.
And when we find them?
They're stealing our resources. My concern is Dr. Kennedy, her tech, their lives. In that order.
Tracking a remnant architect.
Descent is green.
Coordinating. Path is calm.
Sorry to keep you in the dark, Pathfinder, but there are eyes on this planet.
We didn't see much traffic from orbit.
It's there. But hopefully you can get ahead of this before it turns into something bad. See you soon. Thanks for coming. Knew you'd be up for it.
I need answers. You said there were hostiles inbound.
We've had raids. With all our scientific gizmos, we expected pirates. But not this.
4-5, repeat. Stockpile complete. Waiting for beacon. Launch on detection. Repeat. 1, 2, 3.
What am I hearing, Bradley?
Here's my worry. Maybe the raids we've seen were just a decoy, so someone could do a slow tactical build-up in the Black Rock.
Tactical? You mean military?
I mean Rokar. That's why I called you instead of raising the alarm. An attack on our first outpost? Can you imagine how the Nexus would react? That's what the Rokar want. I'm nobody's fool.
EOS has been through enough. We'll put a stop to whatever this is.
I knew you would. I hope I'm wrong, Pathfinder. I didn't want to bring this kind of thinking to Andromeda. Head to Black Rock Tan. I'll transmit the nav point for the signal. Pathfinder, the sooner you check the Black Rock, the better.
You've made sure everyone is playing it safe?
We have security, and they're watching the main buildings. We can handle our own. You saw that with Liam's little outing. But this isn't a broken-down ship. This is home. This feels different.
You're certain it's the Rokar, and that they'll attack?
I want it to be pirates. Pirates are easy. Even if they win, it's just about money. My gut says it's worse. I hate my gut.
Am I the first person you've sent out there?
Wish you were. We lost a group of surveyors out that way. No witnesses, but it was obviously a rogue fiend. Now I think it was too obvious. It all feels wrong.
On our way.
Good luck, Pathfinder.
Almost at Black Rock Tand.
Ryder, there is no doubt it's a Rokar signal.
Understood. Eyes open.
Pathfinder, this area can be mined for resources. You can extract minerals via your mining interface.
Bradley was right. Rokar on site.
Monitoring. They'll hold some in reserve.
Thanks for the tip.
Y'all, are we clear?
You're clear. Still reading Bradley's signal.
Right. Let's see what they were protecting.
Be careful. I doubt this was about piracy.
This signal can call dropships to a precise location.
A Rokar strategy, Ryder. The scout would have placed the beacon in the center of Prodromos.
Telling Axul exactly where to strike.
Bradley, Blackrock was a Rokar scout with a homing beacon.
Shit. Glad you put an end to that.
This job is half done. We need to ensure they don't come back.
Not sure what you're asking, Pathfinder. We can't risk our first outpost.
3rd.
What are you planning?
The comm array at Site 2 is still intact. You could broadcast from there.
This signal can call dropships to a precise
A Roka strategy rider. The scout would have placed the beacon in the center of Prodromos.
Telling Axul exactly where to strike.
Bradley, Blacklock was a Rokar scout with a homing beacon.
Shit. Glad you put an end to that.
This job is half done. We need to ensure they don't come back.
Not sure what you're asking, Pathfinder. We can't risk our first outpost.
Technically 3rd. We lost the first 2.
Promise and resilience.
What are you planning?
We use their beacon. They want a target? Let's give them one. On our terms.
Site 2 is still powered. You could broadcast from the old comm array.
Bait and switch at Site 2. Let's go.
Nice work.
Enemies! Sam, you have a location for this Rokar beacon?
Yes, Pathfinder. Site 2 communications array.
Well, let's not keep Axul waiting.
Nav point marked for Rokar signal upload.
Be ready. It'll draw them right to you.
We know this place. They don't.
We'll give them a fight.
Starting Rokar signal upload.
Now might be a good time to take cover.
Human, I told you you'd know soon enough. The beacon is live. You couldn't stop our scouts.
They've bought it. Hold until they're on the ground.
Ready and waiting.
Would have stood a better chance if they had a Krogan.
No offense, big guy, but I don't think that would have changed this.
Depends on the Krogan.
Resilience. Promised. Or like death and starvation.
Well, I know who's not naming our next outpost.
Down you go!
walkthough! The Pathfinder is coming! Motherless! Everyone prepare to defend!
Sounds like they're losing their support. Hydra spotted!
I'll remember this. We're not finished. You are today, and we'll be ready next time. Come to Padromos, Pathfinder. We owe you. Again. Pathfinder?
The Rokar attack is over.
We'll know what to watch for in the future. It can't just be this old man and his hunches. Special thanks to our friend Jal. It helps to show we're not all on opposite sides.
We can't assume anyone could be an enemy. That's no way to live.
We're not planning on it.
How's the team holding up?
A little shell-shocked. Can't blame them.
Maybe I should say something?
If you like.
Time and time again, you've shown yourselves competent, and this was no exception. The infrastructure you've built, the skills you've developed, despite adversity, you remain a model for the cluster.
So, when do we get back to work?
No approval asked or expected. We lose sometimes, but if they have the choice to keep going, they'll take it. This wasn't a good day, but it was another day. You gave them that. Your people, Ryder. Pathfinder. Glad to be in one piece after Liam's little jaunt to that cat ship.
It was interesting, I'll give it that.
All Varan's data is now out of date, so that's taken care of. She's decided to stay. That could have gone another way. Glad it didn't.
We'll talk another time.
Glad to have you, Pathfinder.
Krogan live much longer than the rest of the Milky Way species.
Yeah, so?
But now you've got about as much time left as Ryder, Vetra, everyone else on the team.
If I'm lucky, get to the point.
Must be weird. After so much time, finally facing the end.
Time is time. Number of years don't matter as much as what you do with them. Whatever I've got left's gonna be chock full of living.
Well, this is the right place. Let's find the tech we're after. Here's the first piece of REM tech, PB.
Awesome. 1 down, 2 to go. Syncing with my scanner. The second piece is on Havarl. Uploading coordinates.
We claim this site, initiative scum!
Outlaws!
Guess we're not the only ones interested in this tech.
They wanted the REM tech. Wonder why.
We got the piece we came for. We can move on.
Ascent is go.
Leaving Atmo. All clear. Welcome back.
Pathfinder, you have new email. Pathfinder, you have pending vid calls.
Jarl, I'm in the meeting room.
Right behind you, Ryder. Pulling up the message.
Jala Madarav, you always were a short-sighted fool. Helping an outsider instead of your own people. You're unfit to bear your family's name.
I didn't mean to make my enemies yours.
He said similar things before. When we were students, the Moshai paired us together. We've never gotten along.
I'm still learning about Angara, but that sounded more personal than a childhood rivalry.
He's too smart to attack me directly. Aksul wants us to do something reckless. Let's not give him the satisfaction.
Entering atmosphere. LZ in sight.
Cluster analysis alone can't tell us anything useful. Our sample set is much too narrow. Pathfinder Ryder, Dr. Tsana Relar, xenobotanist for the Initiative, and my colleague, Dr. Eric Baumgarten.
Xenogenetics. Pleasure to meet you.
I can see why you're on Havarl. Plenty to keep you busy.
Indeed. You can hardly walk without stepping on a new life form. We tread lightly.
Your report of accelerated evolution and rapid growth of nature here caught our interest.
We're analyzing everything we can for clues to replicate the effects on our own crops.
It would have interesting applications, if there's a way to control the process.
You understand the end goal.
If we learn to enhance the growth of plants and animals in non-destructive ways, we could end hunger. It would change everything for the Initiative. Our colonies could thrive virtually overnight.
Since you repaired the vault, things are returning to normal, but too quickly for us.
The accelerated life forms you want to study are dying off. Decaying.
We're scrambling to scan and catalog everything before it's gone. We could use some help.
Point me at the life forms you need. I'll do the rest.
Anything mutated beyond its baseline growth cycle will aid our work.
I'll provide the most promising genetic markers to scan for.
Thank you for whatever help you can provide, Pathfinder. Rendezvous here when you're finished. Welcome back.
Oh, welcome. New supplies, fresh from the Nexus, and a few from my secret partners. Plan to build the first Angara Nexus trading company. Lone Star Enterprises. Gotta remember where I started, you know. Hey, you want to be an early investor?
What do I get for investing?
Today, great supplies. Tomorrow, who knows?
Kieran says Haval would have blasted another cycle. 2 at most.
Were the projections so dire?
I could believe it. We came so close to losing everything.
The numbers confirm it. Good to see you again, Pathfinder.
We can speak more later.
Pathfinder Ryder.
Our people aren't causing you any trouble, are they?
Not at all. They've been a big help, and Dr. McIntyre has been sharing wonderful stories about your galaxy. It's good to know that not all aliens are like the Ket.
I should get going.
Stars be bright for you, Pathfinder Ryder.
Hello, Pathfinder. Always good to see you.
I swear the jungle is watching me. I woke up with vines crawling across my face.
What now?
I won't bother you.
Very.
The reports didn't do this world justice. It's ethereal.
Director Addison, I imagine you have concerns that we haven't placed a full outpost?
Frankly, it's impressive you weren't covered in vines on landing. Given the planet's significance to the Angara, it's appropriate that we assist, but not place an outpost. And the stability you brought? I received a thank you from Aya. That may be the first time I've heard those words in Andromeda.
After the Ket and what they've seen of the Exiles, we had to be at our best.
We've had precious few examples of that. Pathfinder might be getting close. Havarl helps. Outpost or not, we're gaining. We need another, but we're gaining. Although it's probably not enough to draw out one of Dr. Kennedy's trackers, you'll have to look in outpost systems elsewhere. I still need your voice. Something they can think about instead of an outpost flag.
We're still here, still doing important work.
Then tell them that.
This is Havarl. I didn't find an outpost. I found Angara, and saw a piece of who they are. We're welcome to help here. It's not ours. It's all of ours. I think that makes the whole cluster closer to home.
Into the books, Pathfinder. Addison out.
Ah, you'll be the Pathfinder then. Dr. McIntyre from the Nexus.
I'll find signs.
Ryder, welcome to Havarl.
Eat plant fungus.
She'll be more welcoming now that you put the vault back on track.
Spewed out by a malfunctioning
The
dog.
Angara invited us to monitor plant growth and study ruins out in the jungle. It's the chance of a lifetime.
You know how Tavos found the monolith, right? Reincarnated memories?
Aye, I heard. One for the textbooks.
You believe him? But you're a scientist.
Asari share thoughts and memories. Prothean tech speaks in visions. Those are scientific facts. There's more to people than what can go under a microscope, lad.
What does your team do here?
Zera is our botanist. She'll be minding the plants and designing an artificial habitat for them. She also happens to be an engineer. Asari, one profession's never enough. Then there's young Farley. He's here for the insects.
And you?
I'm the xenoanthropologist. A fancy word for talking to the Angara about those ruins. And listening.
Be careful around those monoliths. There might be more stasis fields. We think they only affect Angara, but who knows?
Oh, we know. Make no mistake. I have a check-in system ready. Whether young Farley remembers it when he's chasing butterflies is another matter.
I imagine you've spoken to Kieran Dawes already?
She's the one who invited us, aye. Fussed over us something terrible. But she's a fine lady, and hopefully a good colleague down the road. I plan to listen to her.
Good luck, McIntyre.
Safe journeys, Ryder.
got them all.
Hope the piece of REM tech I need is still here.
Well, that was a clusterfuck. They're all dead. And now you're here. I'm screwed.
That's right. You're in trouble now.
Now, huh? We were supposed to clean out this site before you got here, but there were too many damn bots. This outfit doesn't care a lick about any of us.
Tell me about them.
Just joined, so I can't tell you much. The Krogan's name is Crank or Crankit or something. He runs the field crews. That's all I know. Here, take the choice piece from this site. I'm officially retired.
Bet this is the second piece you need, PB.
Yep, and the last one's turned up on Kadara. Coordinates uploaded.
think we should head to the vault. Do some poking around there.
Sounds risky. We might break it again.
Maybe we can get the Moshai to help. She wouldn't break it.
Targets eliminated!
Pathfinder, the life forms in this area display accelerated growth markers.
There must be dozens of these scattered around Avarl. We should pick up as many as we can find.
The malfunctioning vault affected this area. I recommend scanning for accelerated growth.
Get ready to fight!
That's it. Good work.
Let's do this. These Angara carried more than weapons. They had research tech, datapads. Let's find out why. The Rokar were studying mutant wildlife too. They want to use it against us. The datapad mentions a camp.
Updating known data. Mission parameters changing.
Here they come! Nice work. Sam, what do you get from this?
Analyzing. The Rokar took special interest in mutations that would poison a natural environment.
Can't imagine why violent xenophobes would want that.
What are your instructions for this data, Pathfinder?
Download a copy, then erase the Rokar computer.
Acknowledged. Copying complete. Erasure of Rokar files complete.
Let's wrap things up and get back to our researchers.
What have you brought us, Pathfinder?
I got jumped by Rokar. They were researching harmful mutations, hoping to use them against us.
I hope you put an end to their work.
Do you have any of their data? May we see it?
I copied the files before I erased the Rokar computer. I'll transmit everything.
If nothing else, it may help us defend against future attacks.
I scanned all the mutated wildlife I could find. I hope it helps your research.
We're going to be overwhelmingly busy, aren't we?
Thank you for everything, Pathfinder. We'll get to work. The Pathfinder's back. Lovely.
Leaving Avaril. Bridge is yours, Pathfinder.
Jarl's been asking to talk to you.
Pathfinder, you have new email. You have AVP outstanding, Pathfinder.
Hey-ya! What's shaking?
How's your current project looking?
My scanner's still incomplete, as you know. It's prepped for augmentation, but for now, it's only strong and smart enough to locate certain signals. Once you get me the REM tech I need, it'll be a bona fide mystery detector.
Thanks for chatting.
You know it.
You more than anyone know how dangerous Axul is.
Why were they allowed to speak with him?
They aren't children anymore. We can't control their every move. You remember how you were. Please, Jarl.
I'll bring them home.
Are you okay?
3 of my brothers and sisters have joined the Rokar. Axul has poisoned them with his hatred of aliens.
And your mothers want you to bring them back.
The Rokar have made camp at the Forge. Many consider it the birthplace of our civilization. Axul likely believes this bold move will create more fanatics for his cause. Ryder, he has my family. But I don't think I can do this alone.
You don't have to. Just tell me the time and place.
No hesitation. You are a good friend. I have a contact who's been monitoring the Rokar. I'll set up a rendezvous with her.
Entering atmosphere. LZ in sight.
Joel, you made it.
Any word on Duvit and the others?
No. All traffic and communication from the Forge have stopped. It's under Axul's control now.
Well, crap.
We're not fighting the whole Rokar army. We just need to find my family.
My shuttle can drop you nearby, but that's about all I can do. Ephra doesn't want to make enemies of the Rokar unless we have to.
We'll keep a low profile.
Shuttle's prepped and ready. Good luck.
Avka says you need a ride to the Forge.
The quieter, the better.
Not a miracle worker, but I'll do my best. You ready?
Let's do this. Jal, you sure you want me here? Bringing an outsider
will give the Rokar a different perspective. Just follow my lead. We'll get my family back. Move carefully. We don't want to alert the Rokar.
Quiet isn't exactly my thing.
It'd be easier if we knew where to find your family.
The Moshai brings all of her students to the Forge. I know my way around. The Govatan, a welcome center, is up ahead. It's deserted. The Govatan is usually filled with travelers.
Afka said no traffic in or out.
Doesn't make it less creepy.
Where are the Rokar?
You hear that?
Aksul's voice.
Thought you said you got them all.
I did. Who must have?
Alien, kill it.
Shit. Hope no one heard that.
They shot first. We had to defend ourselves.
Accounted for? What does that mean?
Were they rounding them up?
So much for going in quiet!
Hey! They shot first!
Surrender's not an option with the Rokar. Take them out!
Bring the police to Aksu!
Got one! How many of them are there?
Don't give them an opening!
Area clear. Any sign of your family?
No.
The Rokar know we're here. Maybe that will flush them out.
Really likes to hear himself talk, huh?
You have no idea.
Wherever the Angara went, they left a lot of supplies behind.
Seriously. Where'd they get all this stuff?
Aya and the Resistance provide support. If the Ket destroyed the Forge, it would be a terrible blow.
He really hates us.
The Ket made us fear the unknown. Your arrival will bring change to the Angara. Aksul fears that change.
They've got more than just nutrient-based.
Garpana from Eladin. Kaisa from Kadara. The Resistance didn't send these. Rokar must have brought it with them.
Guess we interrupted dinner. This also part of the Govatan?
Living quarters for the archaeologists. Though the Rokar have obviously made themselves at home.
Axel claims we must leave the forge for our own safety. Bregan and a few others resisted. The Rokar knocked them out, then forced them onto the ship. I thought... Axel claims we must leave the forge for our own safety. Bregan and a few others resisted. The Rokar knocked them out, then forced them onto the ship. I thought Axel was here to protect us. Why must we leave?
Explains where the researchers are. Axel sent them away.
What's he trying to pull?
I don't know, but I don't want my family involved.
It's locked. Sam, any suggestions?
I detect electrical wiring underground, Pathfinder. You can use the scanner to follow the wires.
There. Doors should be unlocked.
There's a bridge to the ruins beyond those doors. My family should be there.
Whoa! I take it the Rokar didn't want us going that way. How are we going to get to them now?
We'll have to jump down.
Yeah, that way's a bust.
Use the rocks.
Now what?
Up the hill.
We got company! Sharpshooters!
Damn it! I wanted to look around!
Axul must have sent reinforcements!
Can't let them reach the nest.
Watch your head!
Push to higher ground!
Damn!
Ammo check!
It's beautiful.
Even Rokar can't ruin this view.
these?
Up that ledge.
What was...
I can see why this place is so important to the Angara.
Do these markings mean something?
Some think it is an ancient version of Shelesh, our trade language. But no one's been able to decipher it.
Sam, can you make anything of it?
The markings appear to share more similarities with remnant glyphs than with Shelesh, but they do not match any known syntax in my records, Pathfinder.
These stones are massive.
They were shaped from the very bedrock of Havaro, using extreme heat. That's why we call it the Forge.
Do you still use that technique?
No. It's lost to us.
Intruders have reached the nest!
I count 3. Wait! I know those voices.
Lathu! Go for backup!
Lathul! Wait! Stop! It's Jal. Jal, is that you? Barrage, our mothers sent me. All of them?
Did our mother send this human too?
Jarl, you didn't tell me your sister was such a badass.
Your people are a joke.
Tevint, please.
Why'd they send you? Because we've lost enough to the kid. They're afraid to lose you to this insane cause. But, Jal, I want you to meet my friend, Scott, so you can see that Aksul is wrong.
Trust me. We have as much to give you as you have to give us. We all win.
Who cares?
The Angara don't want anything you have.
We don't need you.
Jal, our mothers want us to live truthfully.
It's because I love my mother that I will die for this cause. Is going to blow this place up. That's why he sent the researchers away.
Stop.
He has bombs.
Talking.
Stolen from your people.
Those bombs go off, it'll look like the Initiative did it.
We have to disarm them. No. The bombs in the forge. I'm okay, Jal. I'll be fine.
You gonna make it?
I hate Aksul. Don't let him win.
You got it.
I'm glad you're here. Find those bombs. If Aksul's willing to blow up the forge, there's nothing he won't do. Ryder, if he shows up...
I know. Follow your lead.
Bombs are already
do we have?
A few minutes at most.
Great! Just great! Ugh, more bad guys!
One down!
Watch the pillars! Or we'll lose the fort trying to save it.
Jarl! Jarl! I killed Lathor! I killed him! I'm so sorry!
He's not dead. You are lucky.
I lost my mind, Jarl. I want to go home.
But the cause? I joined because of you.
I shot our brother.
Don't leave
Let
me.
her go. I only want soldiers who are committed to our cause. Not weaklings who stand by and watch the destruction of our people at the hands of aliens.
Blowing up your sacred birthplace seems pretty drastic. Your cause is falling apart. Like you.
I speak for our people. And I say, you're done, Helios. Martyr me. Please. I dare you.
I don't kill unarmed crazy people.
They move onto our planets. They take our resources, make us weak.
I've watched Ryder make planets habitable.
Exactly. And they'll never let us forget
He
it.
rescued your beloved Mosai.
I know.
Saved her life.
I know. Stop defending them.
The Mosai trusts Ryder and...
Stop. We've been fighting the wrong enemy. Maybe the enemy is this traitor.
Easy.
Jarl?
Don't. The Mosai trusts Ryder. You've become a danger to your own people. Walk away.
Or I kill you and reveal the resistance for the traitors they are.
The alien is not the monster here. I love my people. Come on. Let's get you home.
You okay?
Yeah. Thanks.
I'm so sorry, Lathu. I never...
Couldn't even kill me at short range.
They are here. Let's give them a minute. Thank you for trusting me. Killing Aksul would have made the Roka stronger.
He shot you.
I'm glad he did. It exposed how far he'd fallen.
It could have gone badly.
I knew what I was doing. You've been practicing.
A little.
We should get back. I want to say goodbye before my family heads home.
Leaving a Varl. Bridge is yours, Pathfinder. Hello?
Ryder.
Are you happy now that Spender's out of the picture?
Damn right I am. Maybe they'll forget to feed him while he's locked up.
Breaks your hearts, huh?
Heart. Just got the one left.
We can talk more later.
Sure.
Hey, Ryder. What's the story?
Good talking to you, Gil.
Anytime.
Hi there.
Any more Commando war stories?
Tethys was our sniper. She was old, matriarch old, maybe more. Didn't show. Once saw her hit an Elcor in the eye from 2 clicks away.
That's a little scary.
She was. Always seemed to be hiding something, but she kept us safe.
Any more Commando war stories?
Not just now. I'll try to remember a good one.
See you later, Cora.
I'll be here.
Need something?
I saw another memory that Dad locked away. The day my mom died.
I'm sorry, Ryder.
Even in her last moments, Dad couldn't accept Mom's death.
It's hard to let go of the ones we love.
If you can't run from it, use it. Guess that's what he did. How do you think the crew is holding up?
I'm happy to share what I can without violating patient confidentiality. Anyone in particular? I sort them in their files, and my brain by species.
Is PB all right?
She's avoiding me. Probably thinks I'll poke her with a needle if she gets too close.
To be fair, you're always giving me shots.
Not in the hallway.
Is Drac good?
He seemed conflicted since Eladon. Drac likes to think of himself as a fossil. Something from the past to look at and learn from. But you've shown him he has a lot left to live for. Thanks, Ryder.
Is Jal doing okay?
Exposing Aksul has lifted a great weight from his shoulders. I can tell he was deeply touched by the trust you put in him.
How's our Solarian?
He's quite the gossip. Tight-lipped about himself, though.
Thanks for the insight. How do you think...
Anyone in particular? I sort them in their files, and my brain by species. There's a lot of them.
How's Cora doing?
The thing with Sarissa hit her hard. But she'll be better for it in the long run.
Gil?
Gil likes to use humor as a defensive technique. He'd rather bury himself in the Nomad than tackle emotions head-on.
Suvi okay?
Suvi's strong sense of faith keeps her grounded. I'm not spiritual, but there's a beauty in how her mind rationalizes religion and science.
How's Liam?
All smiles. Varan's safe and you two got to play hero. At least he recognizes that he messed up. That's progress.
I'd like to check in on the non-human crew.
Ask away.
Tell me about Vetra.
Vetra's top priority has always been her sister's safety. Now that Sid's growing up, their relationship is changing. It's not going to happen overnight, but they'll find a new rhythm.
How's our Solarian?
He's quite the gossip. Tight-lipped about himself, though.
Thanks for the insight.
Anyone in particular? I sort them in their...
Actually, never mind. I'll let you get back to...
I'll be here if you need me.
Are the buildings at Prodromos typical houses for humans?
There's a lot of variance even within our species. Not sure I can call anything typical.
Yours, then. What did your family home look like?
I might start crying.
Is that shameful? We cry together, laugh together, sometimes fight like Adi.
Now that sounds like home. Pathfinder, Bradley says Prodromos is back on track. That roadcar threat made me angry as hell, but it also kind of made me feel like a local. I've arranged a thing on EOS for everyone. It's time I gave back, not just go from crisis to crisis. Sam has the nav points, dress light. Waiting on that trip to Prodromos, Pathfinder. Head there and hit my nav point. We've all earned a break.
Hey.
Hello, Ryder.
How's the face wound?
I think my scar will be impressive.
Now you're gonna look even more badass.
And more appealing to our female friends.
No doubt. Look at all the dates Drac gets.
Can you stay and talk some more?
Do you have a mate?
I don't. Not for a long time.
Well, enough about that. Can I ask you a few more questions?
Of course.
Well, enough about that. I'll see you later.
Hello, Scott.
How are those jokes coming, Sam?
What is green with red toenails?
No idea. What is green with red toenails, Sam?
A Krogan masquerading as a cherry tree.
Thanks, Sam.